two, one. Hello, hello, YouTube. Hello, God is just be healthy. God is just be. Today is October 31st. And earlier today, I came live and reminded you all that I'll be back today at Mountain Time, 4 p.m. And it is that time. I'm a couple of minutes late. I just didn't have my camera on. Sorry about that. But today, I want to share with you how to cast some spells. We are God in physical reality, creating our own reality, our spoken word, our expression of thought. Everything that we do is energy, frequency, and vibration. And we are casting spells. Before I begin the spell work, I want you to know that I'm a blood type connection catalyst. And so what that means is I understand all energies of the body of Christ, all bloodlines, how they think, how they behave, and how they respond. It is very important. This will benefit you the most if you knew your blood type. Thank you, YouTubers, for coming through. I appreciate you. Could you give me a thumbs up so the other YouTubers could come in, please? It is important for you to know your blood type because your blood has memory. Your blood type is your expression of life or the member of the body of Christ that you are representing in the physical reality. And so when I go over these spells, I'm going to teach you some spells today. And when I go over these spells, there are certain spells that certain blood type. Hey, God, it's 11. I ain't see you in a minute. There are certain spells based upon your blood type that's going to be easier for you to do because you're stronger at it. Everybody ain't going to be strongest at the same expression of fire, of air, of water, of the earth element. Different one of us, each one of us are different and unique that way. Where we have, so hey Sandra, how you been, babe? Blue Diamond, I'm so happy to see y'all names. I've been missing for a minute. So happy you're still with me. Thank you for being here. Welcome back. You look well. I am well. I am perfect. So I want you to know this. There are a certain percentage of us that are blood type O. For example, 44% of the United States population is blood type O. Any O's up in here? Anybody that know that they're O blood type? Anybody know that they're O blood type? Anybody? Missed you. Welcome back. Hey, Rita. I've met Rita. I found my friend Rita. I remember I told you I lost her number and I told her about you. I was like, they have this lady. I called Rita because I missed you so much. But yeah, I got my friend Rita back. Yeah, you see some O's up here? The official Jessica is an O. The archetype is an O. Okay, there we go. So you understand that O's represent 44%. Those of you that know me, that know that I'm a blood type connection catalyst, O represent the masses. There's a lot of O's. And then it goes down to 42% when we're dealing with the A's, right? Any A's up in here? Any A's up in here? What are A's? The organizers. Dang, I was just teaching someone a few minutes. Oh, okay, about the blood. Okay, good. You're in alignment, baby. Any A's up in here? I know we got to have some A's. We got to have A's because they represent 42%. Where my A's at? Any A's up in here? I know you in here. Spiritual growth. Okay. A's, me. Oh, there we go. My A's are my besties. Yeah, me and my A's. My besties. All my best friends are A's. I love me some A's. Now we're gonna bring it down a little bit further now. B's are only representing 10%. Are any of you B's up in here? B's probably meditating somewhere. B's understand already the energy of this other realm. B's probably didn't just swallow a mushroom today. They want to get as deep into this spiritual thing as they can get because they're spiritual beings. They only represent 10%. Are there any B's here? Any B's up in here? Oh, Erica is a B. And finally, the last 4%, the smallest blood group, AB. Is there any AB today on YouTube? Could you give me some thumbs up, all of you? Could y'all support me and give me some thumbs up so my algorithms can start to flow? A thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up button on YouTube for me. Any ABs? Normally, there's not the ABs because, like I said, 4%. 4%. And they probably out helping mankind, because they're the what would Jesus do energy, right? But I'm still going to break it down. I don't see now one AB. You see that? Because they're only 4%. I want you to understand that they're rare. They're a rare breed. Okay? But in spell work tonight that we're going to go over tonight, thank you for the thumbs up on YouTube. I want to share with you that there are some spells that you're going to be better at because we are not the same. and we come with certain elements. For example, the water element, I was talking about the ABs not being here and them being like the Christ conscious one. You know, the Christ conscious one was the walking on the water energy, the water barrier. That's the energy of the Christ conscious one. So they'll be good with spells that pertain to water. Remember what your energy, your blood type energy is. So if we're talking about water, doing anything with water, then the ABs, you'll naturally get good at that because they're about the emotions, right? That's their energy. So if we're talking about fire, if we're talking about burning something, when we're doing a spell, I want you to know, O's, we talking about you. That's what you good at. You you good at that fire element. You about that life. You know you about that life. Don't you know you about that life? You confident. You're physically strong. You about that life. So when y'all disagree, where the O's at? They must have left because I know that they about that life. There's some O's in this house. There's some O's in this house. You know you about that life. You know you headstrong. You know you attention to detail as it pertains to structure and driven and competitiveness in your mind, the way you think. Where you at? You about that life. There you go. There they go. And so when we're talking about grounding or burying something as it pertains to a spell, where my A's at? You know you good. You know you got that green thumb, eh? Where you at? You know you good with grounding yourself and talking to plants. You the reason why they had the trend of the plant on TikTok touching you in the wind when you told it to, because you could communicate to the earth element like that. I want you to take these notes about yourself. Spiritual new growth, you already know, right? There you go, Miss B. You know this, right? And then finally, when I talk about thought, we're talking about bees. Thought is like air. That's that air element. That's that intellect. Thoughts, B. They're good at just mentally. They have the brilliant mind. Remember that now. Remember that as we go over these spells. Now, I ask you all to bring a piece of paper and a pen. And the purpose of that is because I want you to write down what's going to be your favorite one as it pertains to you. I just told you as it pertains to your bloodline, which element is going to be good for you. But we're going to go over a FU spell and why it is more powerful and better than a love spell. But we still going to go over a love spell if that's what you want to do with your energy. I can't judge you. You do what you want. That's your kingdom. Away from me spell and abound to me spell. Okay? And I want to show you energetically as it pertains to your energy that you can manipulate the energy of anything that you want. And how you do it depends upon your bloodline. How you do it best depends upon your bloodline. Do you get that part? You get that part? I'm screen recording. There you go. That's a good idea. That's a good idea, Erica. All right? Y'all got that part. Okay. So we're going to start with a FU spell. A FU spell. This to me, we're going to do the difference between a FU spell and a love spell. And the reason why FU spell is going to be more empowering than a love spell is because with your thought, you're saying pretty much with your thought, who do you think you are? FU. You're binding this person. You're saying, away from me. You're lesser than me. How dare you even talk to me? How dare you approach me? You're lifting yourself up. And if we go energetically, as it pertains to religious aspect, it says, if I be lifted up, I have the power to draw all things to me. And so then you lift yourself up because now you look upon them as if you are noting. You now have become my footstool. That's how low I put you in my mind. That spell will always trump a spell when you want to do something to somebody saying, that you love them, that comeback kind of love spell. Because now if you're doing a love spell, this is the difference energetically. The love spell is saying, oh my gosh, I need him back. What must I do to get him or her back? I'm going to get off my throne and I'm not going to feel as if I'm higher. They must be higher. Oh, higher being, would you allow me, the servant, to come back into your kingdom? I'll do better this time. You see the energy behind that? You see why I don't recommend you do that craziness? You see? You see that? I want you to see that because it's crazy. Because there is no one person in this realm that should make you feel that way. When you have multiple reflections all over the place, when you can pick and choose. So an FU spell is always going to be more energetically higher frequency or energy than a love spell. Love spell says, I can't do without you. Love spell not only say that, but it's almost like saying, I'm insulting my inner being when I long for you. Because what I'm saying to a human in the reality, this physical realm is, oh, I can't do without you, human being. When your inner being is like, oh yeah. Not that the inner being says this, but if we would give the inner being a chance to come off of this alignment thing that it is on, it's like, oh yeah. What you mean you can't do without him or her? You've been without him or her. It's been me and you for eons and eons. You see what I'm saying energetically? So if you're doing an FU spell, I want you to know, be blood type. Be blood type. You're going to be the best at the FU spells. The reason why, where is God Street? Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. The reason why blood type B is going to be good at an FU spell is because an FU spell requires no spelling, unless you want to write it down and give it more energy. But the FU spells require you to think FU. It requires you to just think. And the bees are the masters of the air element. They're the master of the thoughts. They are the brilliant mind ones. So, for example, I know blood type bees in the physical reality. Some of them don't even know this about themselves. I've heard blood type bees tell me, oh my gosh, I told so-and-so F you, and I said that I wish you died, and then they died the next day. Oh my God, did I kill them? I wonder. And to me, when I hear that, my reply is, oh, you must be a blood type B, huh? Because I know that a blood type B thought is that brilliant and that powerful that they don't even comprehend that they can cast a spell through thought. If they really mean it, if they're really angry with you, because blood type B's, they're balancers, and they're like, all right, go ahead on. I don't care about that. I don't care. Like just like not being ugly, but just like that comment a minute ago, you saw me when I didn't understand. I was like, okay, I don't know what you're talking about. And life goes on. So we know how to brush things off. But if we get angry and if we conjure up thoughts about you, like, oh, sucker, F you, and oh, I wish you died. Baby, we manifest like that, right? You see what I'm saying, spiritual new growth? So understand this about your element, blood type B's out there. Any other blood type B's out there, understand this about your thought. Your thought, you do not need a piece of paper for your thought. But if you want to ignite something even more powerful with your thought, you can write it down. And this, my dear, is how I figured this thing out on my own. I ain't telling you something that I'm just making up that I Googled before I came on here. No, baby, once upon a time in my reality, I got a pen. I'm a blood type B, yep. I got a pen and I got a piece of paper. And I said to someone who had been messy she was a messy lady. I said to her, on this piece of paper, and I want you to pay attention to the words that I'm using. The words and the intent matters. That matters. Pay attention. I wrote on a piece of paper, away from me. I did not beg. We don't beg. This ain't no prayer now. Oh, Jesus, help me if you do it this time. No, hell on that. We order this thing. Away from me. You no longer serve me in my reality. I wish no harm to you, no death, just away from me now. Your part in my story is over. I bind you away. I cast you away. I order you away. No more. Just words like that of power. Of power. Notice I say no ill feelings to you, no debt to you, because I understand this thing that I cast spells, that I'm a creator creating. And you seal this off in your mind through your intent that this is for the greater good of the all. This is for the greater good of myself. I have learned the lesson. This is for the greater good of you. You serve me no more. So I wrote this thing down. And so when you're writing, you want to use the physical and the spiritual. So I used the thoughts, my intent, my emotions, all of these elements, like, right? After I wrote on that particular paper, I'm telling you, day one, when I learned this about myself, and keep in mind, I don't need no paper. I'm teaching you the beginning steps, especially if you're not a blood type B. We'll get to the other blood types in a minute, which you're really, really best at. But I fold the paper after I said that away from me. And I use what I had. It ain't about you being perfect. It ain't about you, oh, well, I don't have white paper because I use loose leaf paper. Oh, I don't have that kind of, don't worry about all that. Let's not be perfectionists like we're casting a spell. The paper going to be trash. It's going to be no more, right? I folded the paper like this here. I folded this way, but keep in mind, I was folding away because I'm doing an away from me spell. Anytime that you're doing something away, you want to go away from your body. If you wanted to do a spell or a binding spell or a love spell to bring somebody forward to you, you'll be pulling that paper toward you. You'll be folding it like this instead. But this person was getting on my last goddamn nerve. So I wanted her away from me now. And I wrote it down on the piece of paper. I had the intention. I was thinking about this particular person. I was casting this person away. I was using the element of thought because I'm best with thought because I have the brilliant mind and the intellect to be able to do this and to believe that my ancestors are walking with me and talking with me and listening to me and doing what I say. I am ordering them to serve me this way. The reason why I chose to tell you this today is because today the energies are assisting you, being that tomorrow, November 11th, and today represents the Day of the Dead, the ancestors, another realm, another portal is open. So now I turn my paper around and then I'm still telling myself or saying to myself or reciting what I wrote on this paper, away from me. It's over. I'm done. Right? This is the first time I did this, and I'm teaching you how I did it. I was angry. I need you to use your anger emotion if you want these people gone. I need you to see them getting away from you. I need you to not play with your emotions, your energy, emotion, because you need that energy. And so what I had at that time, use your resources and what you had. All I had, I was sitting in my car when I was doing this here. And so I wrote it down in the car and I just kept the piece of paper folded away, kept it closed till I got home because the anger, the energy inside of me was building up. I'm getting this mother effer out of my life. It's what I was saying. Oh, this got to work because I done manifested some things before like this here before. I done thought some things that didn't happen. This thing got to work. And so when I got home, I had one of the little black bank bags, the little black bank bag that you drop off at the bank, in the little vault, the deposit bags that you can't see through. And so I put my paper inside of that bag. And along with that, I went in the kitchen. Yeah, you use what you got. I went in the kitchen and I thought to myself, keep in mind, I'm a brilliant mind. So I'm thinking brilliantly about my way of doing this. How could I make this here piece of paper symbolic to be like her? Like if she were to come around me, that she wouldn't be able to stand and be my presence. At that time, I had black pepper. I had some black pepper. I had some cayenne pepper. I had some red bird's eye chili pepper. I had some garlic. Yeah, things. I thought about the things or the seasoning up in there. You definitely pegged me. Yeah, there you go. I thought about the bee. Yeah, you're a bee, huh? Yeah, I remember that. Another one. So I thought about the things that would make this person want to sneeze. Things that make me sneeze. This is how brilliant minds think, like, right? You don't really want to, I ain't going to say that on live, but you don't really, what I'm trying to say, what I was saying. You don't. Okay, anyway, these brilliant mind people could conjure up some thoughts now. We could conjure up some thoughts. And so I thought about all of the things that I could put in this little black bag. So I shook it and I'm angry. This person was messy and I was not being messy. I did nothing to this person, but I wanted this person away. And I shook them seasons up in there and I put them seasons in that little black zip bag. I done told this story. You know I ain't telling a lie because if you've been following me, the story, it ain't never changed. And so, now I done did this. I'm a bee and I done did this. And I'm like, okay, now I gotta hide it. And I hid this little thing, this little zip pouch in the trunk. Because remember, I started off in the trunk doing it. So I went to the trunk and they have, where the spare tire is, because, back then I ain't want nobody to know that I had just to get a spell, like, right? You don't want people in your business. This ain't something you tell everybody too, but I'm telling y'all because I'm in my square. I know who I am. Anyway, above the spare tire, they have the little covering and, little empty space around the spare tire. So I put the little black zipper in there. And lo and behold, that was the last day that I saw that person in the physical reality. I never saw it no more. And when I thought about it, I was selling that particular car and I was like, oh, it was a few weeks later. I was like, oh, after I did that, I never saw that person no more. Did this work? Oh my gosh. I think I'm going to do this again and see. And so this is how I learned this, just by me being up in a situation where I wanted something to go away. And I want to teach you this here now, because this is a pivotal moment for you to cast stuff away from you. So blood type B, FU spells, whether you think them or write them. If you want to think and write them, baby, that's your superpower. Use it. Bring the paper away from you. Bring the paper away from you. Make the situation chaotic inside of it. You could even put it maybe into some old mildew kind of, like you could use a Ziploc bag. And maybe if you got some old food or something in a refrigerator, just be creative with it. Put the old mildew or old, hopefully you don't have no mildew food, but you know what I mean. Food that you ain't going to eat no more that's probably, still up in there. Something that is expired or something. Put it in there in a Ziploc bag away from me. And then when you cast this thing away, you want to throw this away. You want to throw it away outside of your house. You don't want to keep it inside of your house. You want to throw whatever you created and put in your Ziploc bag or your whatever bag or whatever choice that you use. You want to discard it away from you, especially if you're trying to get it to go away. Are y'all hearing me? I'm glad I'm seeing you. Yeah, I haven't seen you on my For You page. I've been gone for a month. That's why. Yeah, you use the energies in motion. So that's blood type B. Stay tuned, blood type B. We're going to give you some more ideas here, which will blow your mind. So let me get this over with the love spell thing, because there's some people that's there, but I want you to understand first. Doing a love spell on somebody, the first thing that you got to ask yourself is, why do you want this person back? There's a part of you that want to crave somebody that don't probably want to be in your presence, and that's pretty much basically because you look upon yourself that you have such a low self-concept that you can't keep people around you. So why do you want this person to come back? And what are you willing to do, or how are you willing to change how you view you before you pick this person energy to come back to a chaotic you? Because wanting somebody on a love spell lets you know you low frequency. That's the lowest of the low. That's okay. I'm going to try to manipulate energy over there because I'm weak over here. I'm at my lower self, but I'm going to try. And I hope he or she lower than me, because if he or she ain't lower than me, I ain't going to be able to get them back. So what I'm going to try to do this love spell because, I got to have him. That lets you know. I'm just letting you know. I ain't being ugly with you. That lets you know you low. That lets you know you low. When you're trying to do a love spell, come back to me, please, please. I'll slap on your knob every day if you just come on back. You can have all my money if you just come on back. It just sounds a little low there. But if you want to know a love spell, the same way that we did with a piece of paper away, we get a piece of paper and we write this particular person's name. You know their name. You know their name. You want them back. You know their name. So we're going to write this particular person's name. And we're just going to write this particular person's name 2 times. 2 representing a union, a yin and yang energy. We're going to write this person's name 2 times. And then we're going to write a spell. Pay attention to the words. Pay attention to the words that I say, because these words it's going to put you in a more powerful position, even though you're low. If you're trying to get somebody to come back, they don't want you. But I'm still going to give it to you. I'm going to give it to you because, you know, you God. You do what you want to do, God. So if, say, for instance, I want somebody that was in my past back, the key word or the key ways to write this spell would be, you crave me. You desire me. You cannot stop thinking of me. You can smell my essence in the middle of the day. You dream of me. You have the phone in your hand wanting to call me now. You can't stop thinking about me because you're madly in love with me. Thought by thought by thought, day by day. Your heart beats for me. Your so-and-so rises for me. You're madly in love with me and me only. You see what I did there? What I did there is I made that person in my mind seem like they wanted me. And I didn't say, oh, I want you now. And oh, please come back. Oh my God, there's no one better. There's no vitamin D like you ever. I tried them all and there's none. No, because that's low frequency. You got to be on the throne when you write this stuff down. Y'all getting me? I wish I knew that to get rid of my ex sooner. Yeah. You got to be yes, royal. For the person that say repent, oh, okay, you do it first and show us how I go. Anyway, no begging. Yes, no begging. Do not beg. Do not beg because you got to be on the throne. That's how you do a love spell for a person to come to you. You are the God in this reality. So this particular person has this particular person is going to pick up on this energy of thought of this spell by you writing the thing down and bringing the paper toward you. You're saying, come to me, come to me, come to me. The intent of this, come to me. You love me. You don't love nobody else. Me. Then you go the other way. And then now, instead of going away, come to me. You're thinking of me now. You're just crazy about me. You can't stop. You can't. There's no way. There's no way. Watch. He's gonna call shortly. He can't stay away from me. And then when the phone rings, look at him. I knew it. You got to be confident with this thing. And so now, since you did this particular spell, if you have a picture of this particular person, if you have this person's scent or know what this person smelled like, or whatever, you can keep. Now this energy of bringing love spell energy to you, you keep this. You keep this near and dear to you. You might want to keep it, I don't know, underneath your pillow, like in the pillow slip, like, or the pillowcase that's next to you, or on the bed next to you, on the bed next to your pillow, like a place like that, if you kind of like in love with this particular person. Because the essence of it, or the picture, or the smell, the word, you're using all of these elements of energy and this love every time you see the piece of paper. Oh yeah, he loves me. I know he does. I just know it. That's how you do a spell as it pertains to love spell. So that was the FU, away from me, kind of like FU, and the love spell coming back, the energy of it. Now I want to get to the other blood type. We talked about blood type B. Blood type B, they're really good at just thinking it up. They don't necessarily have to write it down, but if you do, use your brilliant mind to conjure up other elements that'll work for you. Now we're going to move on to a blood type a blood type AB. Blood type AB. Even though the blood type AB only represent 4% of the United States population, I'm going to still talk about it. A bound to me spell is best for a blood type AB. The spell that I'm going to speak of next. Because it has to do with water. And ABs are the water element because they stay in the emotions, their energy, emotion, right? Okay, so if you're a blood type AB, it will be best, you are best at this type of spell. So let's say, for example, a blood type AB is in a union, for example. Blood type AB is in a union with somebody, and she wants to make sure that she stayed with that particular partner, and she don't want to have to worry about it, he or she, or if she wants to put like protection spell or something on her family or something like that, you know how we say, God protect them, and I plead the blood of Jesus, send your angels, Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and St. Clair with their swords dipped in the blood, and all of this church stuff that we do. Well, energetically, spiritually, we can call on the element of water, but we could freeze the water. Yeah, because you want to hold that union, or you want to hold that protection. You want to create a bound spell. In religion, they do the same thing. The person that's telling me over here to repent, that's what they're doing when they say, whatever you bind in heaven shall be bound on earth. Whatever you loose in heaven shall be loose in earth. Same thing. We just doing the energetic thing, the energetic way of doing it. So blood type AB. If you're blood type AB, you already have the ability to naturally draw people to you. Blood type AB is of Jesus Christ conscious bloodline. That's why so many people in that parable was flocking to him. Who is this man? Is that Joseph, the carpenter's son? Who is he? Flocking to him to hear what he had to say in that story, right? So these people, ABs, they naturally have the ability to draw other people to them. They're the hookup people. They're the what would Jesus do people. They're the barber type people. They're the one that have the hookup at Lowe's and Home Depot, or they got the weed or whatever. They could hook you up and everybody know them. And everybody drawn to them because they're the water element. So the same way, if you're protecting somebody or binding somebody, you write, I bind you to me in this lifetime. You write your spoken word in authority. You roll the paper toward you and bind it to you. You could put this particular person or family's members name on this paper. But then what you're going to use is your element, AB. Your element, AB, is water. And so when you do this here particular that script was strong. Yes, it was. When you do this particular spelling, what you gonna do is you gonna put the paper in here, in this bag, and you gonna add your element that you good at, the emotional realm, the the water. You gonna add the emotional realm, your element, water, to the bag. And guess what else you gonna do with this here bag? You gonna freeze this bad boy. You gonna freeze it because it's a binding spell, and you want it to harden and bind in a freezer. You getting this, baby? This is your birthright. This is your superpower, blood type AB. If the ABs ain't here, some of y'all know the ABs. They out there trying to save the land. What would Jesus do? They probably helping somebody with their problem right now. But when your AB family member come on, you let them know about this part, or you share the video with them so they can know their superpower. Because they have the ability to bind and draw things to them energetically when they manipulate their element, which is water. So we went over the B's. The B's element was thought and intellect, right? Mind. That's really all the B's need. B, if you write it down too and get your energy and your feelings into it, it's done. Kapoosh. All right. And so, and if we went over the AB. The A was the water. So that was air, and we did water. All right. Let me cross that off. We did air and we did water. Now we're going to do earth. Where my A's at? Where my A's at? A's is 42% of the United States population. Your element is earth. Your element is earth. And so when you do yours, what about earth element? There we go, Phil. We on you now, Phil. When you do yours, y'all tap the screen. Y'all tap the screen and comment A. Y'all comment A for those people that are coming in. Press the letter A on the screen, y'all. Press the letter A. Let me get some more engagement here, y'all. I've been gone for 30 days. I need the algorithm to help me. Press the letter A. Let me get some A's. A's. We're talking to the A's. A's. Phil? A. Where you at, Phil? Hey, Dawn. Thank you, Dawn. A. Hey, so here we go. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. So, A, your element A is earth. So anytime you do this any type of spell work, whether you are writing it down, I want you to go bury it in the earth. Because you're connected, you're rooted to this realm as it pertains to the earth. This is why you're good with the trees. This is why you got the green thumb. This Sunday, I have a blood type connection course, 9 a.m. on my YouTube channel, 9 a.m. to teach you about your bloodline in more detail, how you think, how you behave, what you should be eating, what you need to sustain and keep your DNA in alignment so it don't fall apart and you don't experience dis-ease and disharmony. Sign up for my newsletters at saltoftheearthpub.org. The link is in my bio. I have a 24-day deal every day up until Black Friday, 24-day deal. And it does also teach you about your bloodline with educational videos in my newsletters. But back to A. So you're going to do this spell, whether you're doing one coming away, or going away, or coming to you, whether it's a love or a FU one, it don't matter. That's your business, God. But if you're a blood type A doing a spell, a written spell of your spoken word and your expression with your intent, bury that thing. Bury it and let Mother Nature take care of it. Bury it is very powerful. Yes, yes, she knows. Yeah, yeah. A, you're going to bury that thing. Bury it. And so and here's the thing. It don't matter if you are doing something to be cast away. Still bury it and tell Mother Nature to choke it out. It don't matter if you are burying that thing because you want this lover to come to you. You tell Mother Nature, let it grow. You see, you give the command to Mother, the earth, the soil, what you want it to do with whatever you put in that soil. It yields to you, blood type A. So A, we got the earth. We're going to bury that thing. B, you got the intent and the thought. All you got to do is think it out. Have a pure intention about it. Write it down if you want to. But your thought mixed with your feeling or your emotion, B, because you're the brilliant mind, because you already know how to tap into other realms, because you are the Christ conscious one as it pertains to spirituality. By seeing in other realms, you're really good at that. Oh, all you got to do is think that thing up. The true Christ conscious one is the water, ABs. You should put yours in a Ziploc and freeze that thing, bind in that thing, right? Then we're going to do the fire. Fire. Where my O's at? Oh, still up in here? Oh, you up in here? I'm an earth sign. Well, your earth sign, you go ahead on and you bury that thing. My old still up in here. You're so welcome, baby. I'm here. Blue Diamond said I'm here. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. Oh, the fire element is your element. You should know that with your little confidence self. You should know that. There's some O's in this house. There's some O's in this house. Because your presence is known no matter where you go. Your fire. They know when you walk up in the room. You're 44% of the United States population. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew you. Fire. Fire. So what you going to do with yours is you're going to burn that sucker. You're going to burn it. You're going to burn it. You're going to burn it. Now, if you're old and you don't want to fool with fire, what you could do is you just light a fire. You light a candle while you are doing this. Make sure you have a candle burning so that you can see the essence of fire. If you don't want to do that, you can stand or be near your stove. If you have a gas stove, you turn the fire on while you're writing the stuff down and you think about the negative aspect of why you want this energy away. Or if it's a positive aspect where you're trying to bring somebody to you, you think of why you passionately in fire on love for this particular person. You use the fire element to work for your good. Oh, you hear me? Oh, fire. You make sure you accompany your spell work with fire because that's your superpower. So we got O with fire, we got A with earth, we got B's with air, we got AB's with water. Know your element. But here's the catch on anything that you do. You must first make sure that you are using the right words. We are not begging here. We are ordering this thing. We're commanding this thing. Notice my choice words was, I bind you away from me. You serve me no good. No harm to you, no harm to me or those that you or I love, but I cast you away now. If you're bringing them to you, you're the operating power. You're on the throne. You are madly in love with me. You cannot stay away from me. You want to be around me. You think of me endlessly. I am embedded in your brain. I have altered your DNA. You make the command. I don't care how. You got to learn how to write poetry. If you are a master manifester, you already writing poetry anyway because you saying I am statements. You got to learn how to speak and encourage yourself with your spoken word. When we manifest, we have to say, I am perfect. I am a creator. I am the I am. You got to really stand firm on the way that you use your spoken word while casting spells. This is not no time for begging. To wrap this up, the real juice comes in with you knowing that you're doing this thing for the greater good of the all. So you have to justify the greater good in the mind, right? Because if you end up with guilt for doing this, let's say, for example, you, which I don't recommend, but I'm giving y'all this information just because I just want y'all to know how to manipulate the energy. I don't recommend, I don't do no love spells and all of this with people. But let's say you want to do that and you do it. And then after you do it, you like, oh my gosh, I'm kind of scared. Like, oh my God, does he know? And oh my gosh, but what if somebody find a paper and then what if somebody think I'm a demon and oh my God, what if he get with me and then it don't even work? And if you doing all that, don't even do it because you done messed up. You got to know that you know that you know that you know that it's done. You got to be confident in that thing that you're doing. It's done. I did it. I stand in my square. I own that thing. It is mine. I spoke that word. It's mine. I'm doing this for the greater good. He loved me. He needs to be over here. I'm doing it for his greater good because he needs to be over here taking care of me. And I need somebody to be taken care of. That's the greater good. That's how you justify that in your mind. Because keep in mind, we are conscious beings. All is thought. So you got to make the thought clear. Magic have, oh, I love that. Magic have no place for doubt. The archetype says magic has no place for doubt. I just said, I hope. Oh, no hope. Hope what? You know, don't you write nothing on the paper? Talking about no hope. Well, I hope if God be willing, you know, because I'm just a soldier. None of that. This ain't the place for that. You got to know this here thing. So when you casting somebody away, you got to justify that thing in your mind. The person that I cast away, I worked with that person. And I said, this is going to be for the greater good of the all. Away from me. It's time for me to rise and get to another place where I really want to be. I don't want to be here always. This will be for the greater good of them too. They'll be to learn some lessons too that I'm not to be apt with. Whatever you got, however you got to rationalize it in your mind, because your conscience will come back to haunt you if you don't make peace with your mind. This is this law of cause and effect. See, a lot of people be sitting there and be like, oh, Jesus gonna get him. Jesus gonna get him, watch. Jesus gonna get him. And them other people just are thriving in life. And everybody like, well, I don't think Jesus is about to get him. Why you keep saying that though? You want that person to get got because you think Jesus is supposed to be your little drive-by guy. You know, it don't work like that. It's dependent upon how that person think. That person's thought. Jesus ain't getting them, boo. Sorry. That person don't feel no guilt. That's why that person is thriving in life, because that person feel like what they did to you was for that greater good. Like that man that hit it and quit it and that left to go get cigarettes and he never come back. He think that was for his greater good. He one off for free. That was for the greater good. He needed that one. And he gone. And he have no guilt. And you talking about Jesus gonna get him. No, boo. No. He needed it. He feel like you needed it because you have cobwebs in you. This is how people's mind be working that don't have no guilt. And that this is how they escape karma from you or with you. Because they think, well, she had cobwebs down there, so I cleaned out the pipes, knocked out the cobwebs, and I did good for her. Yeah, took care of me at the same time because guess what? She was giving it for free and I went and got it and everybody good now. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm telling you to do when you casting these spells up in here. This ain't no time for what would Jesus do. This is the time for you to make peace with your mind, baby. Okay? Make peace with your mind. Hell yeah. It's stand in your square. Yeah, I wrote that down. I cast that spell. And you let it go. And so the energy that is present right now, I talked about this a little bit earlier. Tomorrow is November the 1st. That represents 111. The spiritual realm and the physical realm, there's a veil between that is really, really thin. And they call this here the Day of the Dead. They'll do Halloween and they'll talk about the dead. This is a moment in time and space where this energy that's present in this here matrix is allowing you to communicate clearly or see clearly your ancestors. Honor the ancient ones before you that knew all about this here, that wasn't scared of this and wasn't worshiping the ideas of religion like we do nowadays. And they got what they wanted. They used these elements. They manipulated energy. So if you choose not to do any one of these, whether it's the FU, the love spell, the wait from me, the bound spell, what you could do, you don't have to do nothing for other people. But I want you to learn your power. You can simply write, and this is really why I wanted to share this with you, but I gave you all that other stuff. You can really write on this paper, guilt, away from me. Shame, away from me. Low self-concept, away from me. Poverty, away from me. And I welcome financial freedom. I welcome inner peace. I welcome love. I welcome balance. I welcome freedom. I welcome healthy relationships. I welcome prosperity. I welcome love. I'm open to new experiences now. Come sup with me. And as you do that, as it pertains to the desires of your heart, the energies that you don't want go away. The energies that you want come sup with you. Come sup with you. And that will be your spell. And depending upon your blood type energy that you are, you either freeze that thing, you either burn that thing, bury that thing, or you just think upon that thing. And it is yours. Because you can be, do, or have anything in this reality that you put your mind to, God. Your bloodline lets you know the element that you are best at. And oftentimes that be the one that's hardest for you to overcome. But you learn that one, and then the other elements, they become easy breezy, walk in the park. When, for example, if you are blood type B, you learn how to control your busy mind and learn how to make that mind work for you. Then you become a master manifester, manipulating energy without having to write anything on a piece of paper, putting it in your mind, and it is done because of your thought, because of your intellect, because of your mind. You hear me out there listening, land? It's how Haiti got its independence, yes. Kept 1,000. I needed this, goddess. I'm so happy for you. Gods don't doubt. They demonstrate. That's what I'm talking about. No room. No room for doubt. Yes, that's crazy. Anything I want the universe to give back, I burn it. Wow. Didn't know self. There you go. Burning it is symbolic to blood type. Oh, that's that fire. You resonate with that fire. If you want to learn more about your blood type personality, your exercises, how you lose weight, how you think, how you behave, how you respond, who you're compatible with, I have a Woke is F blood type course connection available on my website. I'm going to have a free webinar on Sunday about it at 9 a.m. Mountain Time. But in the meantime, in between time, since now you know your element, cast some spells. Cast some spells and put some power on that thing. Blood type O, put some fire on that thing. Blood type A, put some earth on that thing. Blood type B, put some thought on that thing. Blood type AB, put some water on that thing. And you make that thing energetically work for you. You make sure you lift yourself up, because if you be lifted up, you have the power to draw all things to you. You can manipulate anything. And before I leave up out of here, I want to give you one more thing, more bonus thing for you as it pertains to you thinking that other people could F with you in your kingdom if you that low. When you are low, don't get it twisted. You are prey. But you make sure that you use the same technique to put a return to sender on anybody that tried to vex you or the people that you love. And you write that thing down. And you return to sender anything that somebody ill wills when they come to your lives and look at you and try to prey on you. When they come in your environment and wish you no good. When they look at you or can't stand you. I'm talking about them type of people. You make sure you have something for that ass. You make sure you have something for that ass. I'm teaching you the spiritual aspect. I'm teaching you the spiritual aspect of having something for that ass. You better believe you need to have something for that ass in the physical, but we ain't gonna talk about that on this live. We gonna be as wise as a serpent, but as gentle as a dove, and let them think that you just that innocent little deer out there that have no thing in the physical. But make sure for this purpose of this life that you have something on that spiritual side for that ass too. Because for the people that support me and follow me, I want you to be wise as a serpent. I want you to understand the totality of that. Wise as a serpent on that ass, but as gentle as a dove. You get it? You get it? It's about shape shifting. Okay? That's right, for that ass, Miss Sandra. For that ass. I appreciate this immensely. Have something for that ass. We got it? All right, I want to go see those beautiful costumes from these beautiful babies with my boo outside. So I'm going to end this right here. Powerful, powerful. Thank y'all for being here, and share this with other people for the bloodline, for spiritual people, because we are at a peak. This is a Christ conscious age of awareness for people to rise. We ain't going to be rising up no ducks. I ain't rising up no ducks that's following me. If you a duck, get off my life and go quacking somewhere. Like I tell my boys and my partner, babe, I ain't raising no ducks. Don't come quacking right here. Don't come quacking right here. Wise as a serpent, gentle as a dove. This video was from my heart to yours. Happy Halloween, guys. Happy Halloween. Happy, happy, happy Halloween. Be blessed, babe. Okay. Whew, that was beautiful and fun. You're so welcome, spiritual.